Here we go, back again with another match day preview and a little bit of transfer news to boot. Sunderland do travel to West Ham United on Saturday down in London in the London Stadium. Yes, London Stadium, where it was built back in 2012 or opened for the Olympic Games. Olympic Stadium. Now, West Ham were formed back in 1895, 130 years young. The Hammers forever blowing bubbles. 62,000 people can get into the stadium, Olympic Stadium. Yeah, 62,000 people. Like I said, built back in, opened in 2012. Nuno Espirito Santos is their head coach. West Ham are having, to their standards, a very poor season. Third off bottom. 16 points behind Sunderland. He's been in charge 18 games. He's only won 4, drawn 5, lost 9. Did really well at Wolves. I thought he did really well at Nottingham Forest. And, didn't really get much time at Spurs. Now, at one point at the London Stadium, West Ham went over 240 odd games without goals, days without winning a game of football. Yes, but this season they've won 2. Now, West Ham are heading into their 14th consecutive season in the Premier League following promotion from the Sky Bet Championship in 2012. In the most recent history, West Ham have won the Europa Conference League in 2023, beating Fiorentina 2-1. Jared Bourne, as the club captain, scored 62 goals in 215 appearances. Last time out, they did beat Spurs down at away, 2-1. Last minute goal it was from the ex-Geordie, wasn't it? I forget his name, I always forget his name now. Callum Wilson, that's his name. So yeah, they won 2-1. They did win 2-1 at home against QPR. Now I don't know if that went into extra time in the FA Cup, but yeah, that was another. So they've won back-to-back games. Their club information. Like I said, West Ham United, the chairman's David Sullivan. Manager, he was a goalkeeper. Yeah, so he was a goalkeeper. Nuno Espirito Santos was a goalkeeper. And 11 games at home this season, West Ham United. They've won 2, they've drawn 1, they've lost 8. So to be fair, any team could go and win at the London Stadium. It's one of those strange stadiums where you're very far away from the player and the head, and the crowd's noise can really filter out very quickly if the teams are playing well. They're not playing well, They've only got 7 points at home this season, West Ham United. Minus 12 goal difference. Wow. At home, they've got a minus 12 goal difference, where Sunderland's away form is slightly better. We've won 2 the same as West Ham, but we've drawn 4, not 1, and lost 5. But we've got a minus 9 goal difference away from home. So their home record is a little bit worse than our away record. So it doesn't bode well, does it? But it means it's wide open. Let's face it, it's wide open. Danger Man, Jared Bourne, Callum Wilson, the old, Alex Somerville. I think did he come from Leeds, Somerville? But yeah, I think he's a good player. We're in 9th place, of course. We've won 8. Drawn 9 and lost 5, 33 points, 3 points off Liverpool in 4th. It's so wide open. It is. It's been that way for a long time. And teams just below us in 32 points, like Everton on 33 points now in 10th place. So the gap is just so condensed, the top end of the table. Apart from obviously Arsenal's, the Manchester United's and the Aston Villa's. The top 3 are clear. 18th place West Ham. Like I said, they've won 4. Drawn 5, lost 13, with a massive minus 20 goal difference. So it is, they are having a real poor season. But last weekend was the first weekend that all the bottom 4 teams, Forest, West Ham, Wolves, and of course, who was the other one again? Burnley, all didn't lose. The first weekend that all 4 teams did not lose, and the top 6 didn't win in the Premier League. Like I said, I wish all the Sunderland fans a safe journey down to the London Stadium, a safe journey home, hopefully with 3 points. If we're going to win a game of football away from home, this is the one, isn't it? Let's face it. I know they're starting to come in a bit of form, but it's there for the taking to get the game by the scruff of the neck. So with our team news, we've got all the players back. We've got Diarra back. Diarra, who in the press conference today, he was saying, Regis Labrissi was saying Diarra was cock a hoop over the moon, and then right next to him, It was Talby who was, a bit down, but he says they're still friends. Even though a lot went on in that game, a lot of argy-bargy, a lot of mucking around, players being taken off, this, that, and the penalties. A lot of water under the bridge in that game, but he said they're still friends. So Diarra's come back, and Diarra, to be fair, played a lot of minutes in AFCON. Got a lot of game time on the wide right cutting in to the centre. So he should be a lot fitter. Talby didn't get many minutes at all, so Talby might be lacking game. I reckon Talby could be one who maybe starts on the bench along with Diarra, and they both could come on at some point, because obviously you got the travelling around, all the mucking about with that and everything. So yeah, I can't see them starting. I think it'll be the same team that started Crystal Palace. I honestly do. Big thank you to the club sponsor, yes. This club sponsor, SFC Fan TV Club. Yes, the sponsor, SFC Fan TV, Wolf Competitions. Wolf Competitions doing an absolutely fantastic job. Thank you for sponsoring this. They sponsor Sunderland as well. Sunderland, they do sponsor Sunderland Association Football Club, the ground. I've seen them around the, around the boards on the inside of the pitch. So Wolf Competitions do sponsor Sunderland AFC and sponsor Sunderland Fan TV. Absolutely fantastic. A link down below. Pop on. You can win all sorts of prizes for minimum amounts. Somebody's won like 80 grand. You can win a car. There's a free competition to win a car as well. So there we go. Anyway, let's get back to the review. Cheers, Wolf Competitions. Yeah, I think I've got a feeling Hume will keep his position, keep his place. I think Miende obviously will be on the bench. Isidore is very frustrated at the moment, and that's one of the rumours going around, that Isidore kind of wants to be playing football. So Everton and Nottingham Forest are in for Isidore, but will he get any more game time at Everton and at Nottingham Forest than he is at Sunderland? Brobby is doing a good job, but at the same time, it takes one knock, unfortunately, and Isidore could be straight back into the team. So for me, you need to keep the three strikers, unless we've got some. Someone said to me there's going to be a big signing very shortly, a big signing. I don't know who, but if it's a striker, then I can see one of them three going, but not probably Isidore. Now Isidore, like I said, he's frustrated. The manager says he's frustrated. I like Isidore. We want him to stay at the club, of course, for the full season. Don't really want to upset the apple cart. If a big name striker comes in, then if I had to see a player go, Miende, Isidore, I think Miende's more of a utility player than Isidore, so I think I'd probably rather keep Miende over Isidore if we had to have a choice. Hopefully we don't. End of the day, do we need, do the owners really need to go out and buy players? Do we need to strengthen the team? Because I think, all barring a couple of points, we're safe as houses. And the first thing we wanted to do this season, the main important role of this season, was surviving in the Premier League. That was it. Finish outside the bottom three in the Premier League and you've done your job. So this team have come together from different clubs, different backgrounds, different abilities, and they've all blended together so well. And that's, you've got to give credit to Regis Lebris for that. So, to bring other players in now, maybe that's a stepping stone for the summertime, to improve again, see where we finish this season, then improve on the squad, see who stays, see who goes, or you could bring one or two in. I think we will bring somebody. We brought one in already, of course. We got that lad in from the Israeli league, just a 20-year-old lad, not ready yet. Could be ready. Maybe back half of the second half of the last half of the season, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but I think he's one for the future. So I don't see us immediately getting many players in. We may get one, like someone said, alluded to, one big name. Like Regis Lebris says, there's nothing immediately happening, but he wouldn't tell us anyway. So, and he wouldn't tell us anyway if Diarra or Talby was going to go into the team. That's for him only to know, him in the team, because you don't want to give any advantage out to West Ham. At the end of the day, West Ham are a good side. And we head to head with West Ham. We've won 36, we've lost 36, and we've drawn 25. And the last meetings, obviously we beat them 3-0 at home. We started the campaign off 3-0 at home with a win. And I thought in that game, the first half, it was very, very tight. And then we ran away with it. And then it was 2017, we drew 2-2 at home. I remember that game. And we lost 1-0, 2 away games in 2016. And then we drew again 2-2 in 2015. So yeah, apart from that 3-0 win at the beginning of the season, we haven't really had you know, like I say, it's level as the Devils, isn't it? 36 wins each. I've noticed a lot of games recently we've had 36 wins each. So yeah, team, I'd keep it the same as against Crystal Palace, personal opinion. And then obviously we've got Diarra to come on, Talby to come on, Isidore to come on. I hope Isidore doesn't go, but apparently, you know, there's something happening there. Regis the Briss was asked about it, and there was no, you know, there wasn't. He didn't say he's staying, he's stopping. As far as I heard anyway. Anthony Patterson could be going out on loan. Looks as if we after Borussia Mönchengladbach's second keeper, the Switzerland international, 32 years of age, sitting on the bench, wants to play football. Be sitting on the bench in Sunderland as well, I would have thought. Robin Roofs played every single game for Sunderland this season. He's been one of the finds of the season, one of the buys of the season. He must have quadrupled in price just in the 22 games alone, if not, you know, double that on top of that as well. You know, kind of Jack has played all 22 games. I think I'm led to believe he's had 5 assists this season. Now, I read somewhere Humes played 22 games, but I'm pretty sure he was on the bench for at least one game this season. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure he came off the bench for at least one game this season. Enzo Lafise played 21 games this season. He scored 3 goals, Ballard 2 goals, Brobby 4 goals, Isidore 4 goals. So we do share out the goals. We could do with scoring more goals, but Brobby's starting to hit the ground, isn't he? Scored a couple of cracking goals of late. That one against Spurs and then the one at the weekend against Crystal Palace. Fantastic. Can't complain. So there we go. I'm going to go for a score prediction. I'm going to say a 1-0 win. I'd love a win. Like I said, I do really rate Nuno. I think he's a class head coach. And I think the team's starting to get better as the season goes on. And I'm very, very wary of a team that's fighting for their lives as well. So we've got to be on our game. We've got to be at 100%. We've got to really go there. We've had a good rest. There's no complaints now. The team's had a good rest. We've got all the players back. Let's really go for this win. Get this win and climb up that table. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Go for a 1-0 win. Leave us your score predictions down below. Like I said, Anthony Patterson could be going to Millwall or West Brom because he's sitting on the bench. He's a young lad in his early 20s. 24 maybe. He wants to play football, whether that's on loan to keep him fit, to keep him in shape, and a price tag on him at some point. Yes, I understand that. Dan Neil again's the same again, sitting on the bench, not getting any game time. I think he'll go on loan. I think the pair of them will go on loan at some point in this window. Apart from that, I don't see many others going on loan. I think we'll keep Mundle because we need a left-sided player, even though we got Talby and we got Adingra. So would Mundle go? Hopefully not. So there we go. That's all the transfer news. I heard there's something big happening, but I just don't know what. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. I know you think I'm talking bollocks. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to SAFC Fan TV. We'll be back again on Sunday at 7 o'clock, 7:30 to review the game. Hopefully it's a victory and all the Sunderland fans safe journey home. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. See you later, folks. Thanks for watching.